Good? All right, welcome everybody. We're going to pretend it's like 200 or 300 people in here because all of us need to manage our stress and burnout better. We just be in denial about it, right? I am Coach Nikki Cates, and that's what we're talking about today. We're going to use my UNMASK framework to unmask stress and burnout. And it's not what you think. There is some breathing, and I might mention mindfulness. However, what it really is about is why you're not setting the boundaries to keep yourself from being exhausted and stressed out. So that's going to be the gist of what we're talking about today. I ask that you participate on your level. Okay, we're not getting ready to, hi. Did you already get a card?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now, those cards that you all have, if you scan the QR code, you can access a digital kit. You have to put your name and email in. I promise I won't spam you a whole lot. But you'll have access to a digital kit that's going to have 5 items in it. 2 audios, a script, a 1-page planner, and I can't forget the other one. It's another 1-pager. That's going to be in there. But today what we're going to talk about is real-time relief, y'all, because it's so easy to accept it as the norm. Stress is the norm. Is it the norm for you all? Yeah. It's the norm for me. I have 4 daughters. That's 2 back there. Those are the 2 youngest, and I have 2 that are older than her and 1 grandson. I run a business. I'm a full-time grad student. I was working full-time remotely. I'm a wife, and I serve people. I know about stress, y'all. All of this that I'm teaching about is because I've been through it myself, and I've talked to and worked with and coached women as well. And most of us, we don't know who we are because we've lost ourselves to life and relationships, and we don't know how to manage our energy. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And since it's all women, we get to keep it for the ladies because that's what I'm used to. So we already mentioned, we talked about boundary setting, we talked about the digital kit, and we talked about just a simple system for you to just, y'all, all it really takes is intention. That's it. Just acknowledging. Most of the time we don't listen to our body. We've learned how to ignore our bodies. And so we're not paying attention when our body says, oh, I don't like this energy. We need to get away. We need to step away for a bit, right? So it's simple things like that, y'all, that we're going to be talking about. And let me know if you have any questions or comments, okay? So, I mentioned this already. It's not really a burnout problem, y'all. But before we get into that, I want you to just take a moment. Do you feel stressed right now?
Yes.
Where are you feeling it?
In my neck.
Your neck and shoulders?
Yes.
Anyone else?
Always in my shoulders.
Y'all? Stress? Where do you carry it?
Yeah, like in this current moment?
Yes.
No.
No. Okay, y'all are relaxed right now?
We've been just sitting out chit-chatting.
Yeah.
So we've been just...
Listen, community and sisterhood will help when I tell you. Listen, I understand.
What
Yes.
is my stress I do carrying my... I think I'm carrying my hips.
Okay.
My shoulders and my lower back.
Okay. Okay. Which is surprising because typically lower back is because of core, a weak core. So I'm surprised you carry it in your lower back. I know she works out all the time. Well, I carry it in my shoulders, my neck, which I found out that I am getting old. I have arthritis in my neck. It's all crunchy when I move my head around. I carry it, I think I do have started carrying it some in my hips because I find that they're tight a lot. And I also consistently have my tongue at the roof of my mouth. That's one you don't think about because you're tensed, right? My daughter was on the chair over there earlier, and she was supposed to be relaxing, y'all, and her face was like, I'm like, that baby used to be stressed already at 19. I was like, she needs to relax.
It's the way of
So right now, as we're talking about this, we have a sisterhood that we have here. We are developed. We are coming together to talk about, have this conversation, see how we can do better for ourselves. This is for you, not for anyone else outside of here. I'm saying that to my children as well. And I want you to just unclench your jaw. Relax. Come on now. Until you walk out that door, it don't exist right now, okay? You can't change the past. You can't make the future happen. So just give yourself a moment. I want y'all to take a deep breath in. Count 4. Ready? Go. Let's go. From the belly. Hold for 8, make the noise, it definitely feels much better. Let's do it one more time. Make the noise. Ready? In. Hold. All right, let it out. Make the noise. It's like you just feel it just go. You just feel it go. All right, so let's talk about why burnout is not the problem. Can anybody relate to any of these masks up here, and which one do you and which one do you think it like relates to your life right now? We'll say right now. Pick one. And this is all of them, because I've been all of them. You're welcome. Come on, y'all, talk to me.
People pleaser.
People pleaser. Been there. Overachiever.
Perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely people pleaser, procrastinator.
All of them.
Uh-huh. Me too. Nobody is overly available to their children, to their parents, to their significant other, to their girlfriends, to their bosses, or their clients. I bet you, show of hands, how many can say you literally fight with all four of these? Yes, you know why? Because we have been conditioned as women through hustle culture, right? Through what we would call the patriarchy, that we are required to show up a certain way. And that requires us to give all of ourselves and not expect a whole lot in return. And so then we keep running like that. And we're running on empty. And that leads to the burnout. So we just did the interactive mask check. And I want you to think about, when this mask shows up, what do you tend to do? Pick one. Pick one of those masks. And then I want you either to tell your neighbor, or you can tell me, because we all sisters right now. When this mask shows up, I tend to. For me, I'll start. In my peak people pleaser days, because I like to say I'm a reformed people pleaser, or reforming. In my peak people pleaser days, I tended to, one, resent the person after I overextended myself. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Oh, my apologies for walking in
Oh,
front of
you're
you.
fine.
Oh,
Here, let me give you some cards.
thank you.
Your digital kits are available on the QR code on the back. When my people pleaser mask shows up, I tend to get angry at myself. I actually used to get angry at them when it wasn't even their fault. It was me, because I made the decision. But I would get angry at them, which really I was angry at myself. And so I would tense up all over, and I would be angry to the point where it would come out as something else, right? Annoyance, moodiness, difficult to get along with, difficult to be around. All because I couldn't just say N-O period. No explanation. So is there a couple of people who want to tell us?
So, literally just having people pleasing. So I wanted to be here today and not helping my friend do a balloon arch for her granddaughter.
Okay.
So she calls me just now, she's like, it's too hard, you're not here, because I wanted to be here. And she's like, but you're well. Excuse me? Like, so normally, I like snap out, but I'm proud of myself because I did not want to go do a balloon march. I wanted to do what I wanted to do for me. So I'm choosing me instead of trying to please everybody that's in my circle. But as I sit here, I'm like, when I get out of here, I'm gonna call her and I'm gonna curse her out. Because I like feeling annoyed that she thinks that I'm gonna put her before me and telling me I'm well and I just got out of the hospital yesterday. So that kind of like annoyed me. So I'm here like heated right now. That's why when I heard them say that, I said, oh, I need to go. Give her a piece of my mind.
Now, I will admit, I love a good cursing out. Granted, I'm trying to do it more Christian-like nowadays. However, I will say that that does nothing but feed the negativity that you're trying to release.
But my ears are like hot right now.
I know. Because I'd be like, say, what?
Because I cannot do
Yes.
disrespect, and I felt like she disrespected me.
It was very much
And
so.
I have her granddaughter's gift, and in my mind I'm thinking, I'm gonna tell her she's gonna have to pick it up on her route, because I don't go in there. I'm not going unless the person.
But I'm assuming that you overextended yourself multiple times in the
I
past.
do a lot
Okay.
of people in general.
Yes.
But I'm learning how to say no, and people are not used to it, so. But it feels good. It felt
Oh, yes.
good. 'Cause you know what I told her? Did she put her daughter on the phone? And I said, y'all can go to TikTok, Google, Pinterest to figure out how to do it. Because I'm not coming right now. I was so proud of myself, but still bad at the same time.
I'm proud of you too, y'all. We proud of her. It's not easy.
No, it's not.
Because this is the thing.
When I get outside, though.
Right. This is the thing. We don't set boundaries and manipulate other people. And I was guilty of this, right? Because when you're so stressed out and you're so over it and you just don't know how to function on your own because you're so used to being on for everyone else, right? You're operating on fumes. Like you don't even have it to give and you're still giving it. Of course you're out of your mind. Your moods are all wacky and wonky. Your body is showing up in different ways. You're not paying attention to it, right? And just think about it. You're trying to control as best as you can. So if you do what people want you to do, you're able to control that situation in a way, right? Instead of it turning sour or turning negative. So that's what you just did. But remember that boundaries are for you, not for them. We don't set them to make our husband do what we want him to do. We set them because we know we need to protect a certain part or aspect of ourselves. We don't set boundaries for our clients. I see you. We don't set boundaries for our clients, right? Just for them to run over us because they're paying us for something. We set the boundaries because we need to honor our time and our energy. And
Because we understand and identify our triggers.
that's right.
I like that. I just wanted to
Yes.
that. Yes.
So just remember that, y'all. We're unlearning today so that we can relearn the healthier way to do things and to show up. Because when we show up different, everything else has to adjust. Yes, ma'am.
So I've definitely started setting boundaries and my friendships definitely, because I'm a college student. I got invited to like a ton of different Halloween parties this weekend, and I also told them no. And every time I told someone no, they'd be like, "When did you get so boring?" and all this other stuff. I'm like, I just don't want to go out. And you're like, you don't drink anymore, you don't do any of this stuff anymore. I'm like, because I'm protecting my peace, and I'm in a different headspace now. So of course I don't want to go out. And honestly, it's the best thing that ever happened to me was setting boundaries with my friends, because I used to just do everything with them. Like, this is like a year ago. Like, I used to just not say no. And honestly, I feel good. I feel good.
How do you handle their responses now? Does it bother you?
It doesn't bother me anymore. It really doesn't.
Listen, y'all.
I want to get there where it doesn't bother me.
And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Okay.
Because now I'm to the point I can give a doggone how you feel about me saying no. No, period. I'm not even gonna explain it to you. Matter of fact, if I don't want to answer the phone, I'm not answering the phone. Like, I've gotten to that point though, but you have to think. I had 4 daughters, I had 2 sisters, my mom, and a husband. For majority of my adult life, right? Because I had my first child at 17. I had 2 at 19. I was married, divorced, married, 2 more kids. Like, I always had people around me. So at some point, I had to learn how to say, how do I carve out my own sanity? Because you got 4 girls, they bickering all the time, right? Then you add my sisters into the equation, then you got the husband. Like, y'all, you have to learn how to keep your own sanity because no one else is going to do it for you. All those years I was angry at everyone around me for not doing it for me. I gotta love Nikki because they may not the way I need to be, right? So it's understanding. In my coaching system, that would be unlearned. It's a little bit different. I've tweaked it a bit. But yes, understanding what your triggers are and paying attention to your bodies. Because let me tell y'all, burnout doesn't just happen. It's a process. You get frustrated. You don't pay attention to why you're frustrated. Then you start to let that stress take over. Now your body's carrying the stress. And now your mind is all jumbled and you're not thinking clearly. And eventually you find yourself in a burnout state where you can't really function like you usually do. You start falling into a depression, anxiety starts to take over, and all of those things. It's a process that we can stop at any time. Any questions so far? Any thoughts on the stress system? So let's work through it real quick. So we're doing UNMASK, right? Understanding your triggers, navigating, work with your emotions. What does that mean though? That means you acknowledge them. How many of us keep going even though we know we shouldn't be going? Look at you over here laughing because you know I'm right. We keep going anyway. We know we shouldn't allow people to disrespect us, and we keep moving anyway. We know they're taking advantage of us, and we still do it anyway, right? Manage. Protect your energy. How many of you think it's a time management problem? You think it's time management? Can I tell you it's really energy management? Time is fixed. That ain't changing. It is what it is, right? But your energy levels, they shift based on what season of life you're in. I'm in Perry right now, y'all. I'm adjusting. It's a whole different situation. But typically for me, my energy levels, I'm high in the morning, right? I used to get up 4:30. I don't do that no more. I'm ex-military. And okay, thank you for your service. I start high in the morning, and then mine just kind of gradually dips. By like 3 o'clock, I'm done. Like, stick a fork in me. Like, I'm doing stuff where I can sit around and do it. Like, literally, if I gotta record some content, it better be something where I can sit on the couch and just record it. Because at that point, I don't have the energy. So I had to learn how to manage my energy levels, right? Think about it this way. I'm an introvert. Do you all know the difference between introvert and extrovert? What's the difference? Because a lot of times people get it wrong. Introvert, you recharge being alone. Extrovert, you recharge by being around people, right?
What if you're a mix?
Huh?
What if you're a mix?
That's just ambivert.
Okay.
Yes. I am a textbook definition of an introvert. People drain me. If I go to an all-day conference, by like 2 o'clock, I'm a whole different person. They're like, who is this person? Because that social butterfly y'all saw 8 o'clock in the morning, that's not who I am at 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I'm struggling to get through them other 2 or 3 hours. But I understand that about myself, so I'm able to adjust. As a coach, I'm able to say, okay, don't schedule coaching sessions at this time of day because you're not going to have it to give. If you're going to do lives or something like that, do it early in the day. If you got to create content, do it early in the day. So learn your energy levels, y'all. A lot of times we say, oh, I can't get my workout in because I don't have the time. What if you prioritize the times when you had the highest energy levels? Only if you know that, though. You have to take the time to have that self-awareness to know that, right? So learn how to manage and protect your energy. Setting clear boundaries. We already talked about this. Y'all know what a boundary should look like? Do we need to talk about how a boundary should look? You set a boundary when you told your friend, I'm going to see about myself. Right? Examples of boundaries y'all can set this week?
Not allowing other people to change my mood. My mood definitely got jacked up.
Oh yeah. And then if you're married, you tend to, like you walk into the house, I know for me, if my husband's in a bad mood, it's very difficult to maintain my mood in his presence when he's in a bad mood and I'm in a good one. Or even the kids. Or the dog acting crazy. You know, it just depends on what's going on. So you have the ability to do that, it just takes practice. Listen, y'all, we go on vacation, we do all the research, we put all the time and energy into making sure we plan that thing perfectly. We know the ins and outs of it. You first meet somebody, you want to date them, or you want to be friends. What do? You find out about them. If you're a believer, you want to learn and know who God and Jesus is. Y'all, you have to do the same thing for yourselves. Most of us don't do that. And so then we become what the world wants us to be instead. So, sustain is the S. Build lasting practices. Over and over again. I'm a strong advocate for grounding first thing in the morning. What does that mean? Even if you just give yourself 5 minutes, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna say 10, but 5. You can start with 5. Just give yourself 5 minutes. Just sit there. Don't do nothing. Don't touch your phone. Just allow yourself to sit there. How am I feeling? What am I feeling in my body? Why am I feeling this way? What am I doing with my day? What do I want to do outside of my already obligations? Because all of us already got a to-do list that already carried over from last week. So just being mindful, y'all, paying attention, okay? Keep Center authentic self. What does that mean? Do y'all know who you are? If I ask you right now, who are you? How are you going to respond to me?
My therapist is working on it.
Good answer. Most women respond with their roles. That was me. I'm a mother of 4, I'm a wife, I do X, Y, and Z for my job. We don't know who we are. If someone was to ask me now who I am, even though I know who I am, I still stumble through it sometimes. Because we tend to think we are who people think we are. Somebody want to take a stab at it? No?
No, my therapist about a year ago asked me that same question and I had no idea.
Most women don't. If we weren't taught that early on, we become who the world or the people around us expect us to be. When I was a teenager, y'all, I dreamt of becoming a writer, and I won't worry about no kids. My dream was like the 80s, right, where they get off the subway and they got their business suits on and they go into their office with their sneakers on, with their heels and their bag. That was me. That was gonna be me, right? Then I got pregnant at 16. And I turned into exactly what I did not want to become. And I let that become my life. And I lost her for a very long time. I'm coming back around now to understanding that was the authentic Nikki. And now I stand as her. My mind said, should I look a little more professional for this workshop? I don't know how these people about to be dressed, what they about to be doing. I said, you know what? I can't be no more authentic than wearing some sneakers, because that's me. That's what I love. And so, if you see my photo shoots in the past 3 years, I always have on sneakers. The one time I wore heels was because my oldest daughter made fun of me and said, Mom, just put on one pair of heels. Y'all could not even stand in the heels. I'm in the picture like this. Uncomfortable. Be yourself. If you focus on being yourself, you don't carry the stress. And I know some of us have to code switch. Depending on the situation, you have to be more manly, more masculine. You have to be, more of what is expected of you. And that can be exhausting as well. But just show up as you, and remember, how you show up different, life is going to show up different. People are going to. And they may not like it at first, like your friend. Y'all going to have to work through that. I see you. But okay, but yeah, okay. But your friend,
she might be getting cut out for real, because it's not the first time she has done something like this. And I've been here since 2018, and I just made friends because of work. And I knew a long time ago that she wasn't a good fit, but I let it slide. Yeah. So that's it. No more slide.
There you go.
I just learned something though. I'm an introvert, so if I'm around a lot of people, I'm good. But then by 3 o'clock, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm over it. So.
And you want to make sure, because let's talk grown woman stuff now. We grown women, most of us. When you create friendships, a lot of times when you have the old ones, you all don't grow together. Now, granted, it's not that it's impossible. But for me, when I moved here, I didn't have anybody, so I had to start from scratch. And I had to learn to create grown woman friendships. Not codependent, not let me be somebody else for them so that they'll like me. The one friend that I've made since I've been here that's still around, y'all, she is just as introverted as I am. We both dealt with depression and anxiety. She's dealt with a lot of grief because she lost her son some years back. I don't know what that feels like. I still have all my daughters, right? So in a grown woman friendship, you have to be understanding. One, you gotta heal, because if you don't heal, you taking things personally. Like your friend, she may take it personally that you setting a boundary. But guess what? That doesn't mean you don't set it. Because if they walk away, it's time for them to walk away. Set the boundary for you. Go ahead.
I was going to ask, when you were talking about centering your authentic self, that's talking about your identity and your purpose.
Yeah.
What resources are out there? I went through a divorce recently. I am not the family caretaker anymore. I am not the grandmother because I had to move away. So all these duties and positions that I had, which were erroneously my identity and my purpose, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I moved away, it's not convenient, I'm not there, I'm divorced, all of this. So now, here's Tammy, clueless.
Yes.
What is my identity, what is my purpose, who am I, what am I?
Yes.
I was serious, but I meant it jokingly, working with a therapist on this. But what resources are out there? I mean, it's like, I can sit here and go, well, I like these arts and crafts, and I like to do this, and I like to do that. Well, those are interests of
Yes.
mine. But how do I find what my new identity is, which is just me?
Yes.
And my purpose? What kind of resources are out there?
Good question. So what I will say is, first and foremost, you're doing therapy, which is great. And I'm gonna say that because when you're operating out of trauma response, you're being toxic to yourself anyway. And it's not even automatic. I'm like, it's not intentional. It's not malicious that you're doing that. It's just, you don't even realize. Sometimes we don't even realize that we are traumatized about certain things. It's like, that traumatized me? But you're responding out of that. Like for me, for instance, because of the way I look, right? When I was growing up in the rural South Carolina, I heard what you is way too many times. But I went between rural South Carolina and the military base because I come from a military family. And that was rejection for me for a lot of years. I wasn't black enough. I didn't know nothing about being Asian. It was just all of these things. I didn't know my father on that side, Filipino. And so I spent a lot of years feeling rejected and dealing with that, and I operated out of that. So I would do everything I could to hold on to people I thought could be friends, even if it was lopsided, even if they always hurt my feelings, even if I felt uncomfortable, I wouldn't listen to my body. I would just show up anyway, right? But I'm miserable. And so I had to come to terms with being okay with being me. And most of the women that come to my transformation circles are in a type of transition like you're talking about, divorce, or they just had like coming out of terminal illness or something like that that jolts you in a space where you're like, okay, I got to do something different. So my suggestion to you, I do have some resources. You want to find, and I know this is going to sound real simplistic, y'all, but I'm going to say you want to know your core values. When I tell you my core values literally are my guardrails. Anytime I break one of them, I am miserable. Like if I take a job and I know it makes me feel boxed in, the way I'm wired and built, I'm miserable in that job. So I'm not even putting myself in that situation anymore because I know that that's an issue for me, right? Self-care is an issue for me. Being authentic, that's a good one. Authenticity is a good one. And why do I say that? Because if you can't be yourself and you're constantly having to pretend to be someone else, that's way more exhausting than just showing up as yourself. So core values is a very big one. And I do have a free workbook. When you click on that link and you go to my page, if you look, there's also a free workbook on there that you can work through your core values, okay? All right, let's get through this. Got a couple more minutes. All right, so we talked about triggers. Just real quick, I want you to start paying attention to what drains you. Again, if you are an introvert, you know that people interactions are gonna drain you, right? Arguing drains you. Working that extra 2 hours when you really don't have to, drains you, right? Showing up at a birthday party that the kid is 4 years old and you ain't got no business being there, but you try to be there for somebody else, can drain you. When you don't work 5-6 days a week. Let's keep it practical now, right?
Going to class every day.
Okay, that's not supposed to be a joke. Stop telling on yourself. So start to understand your triggers, y'all, and start just pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and skip past that one. Okay. How many of you know that human touch? And I've said this to my husband a million times, and he does not receive it. When you're upset, right? Just a hug sometimes is enough to calm you down, right? Or touching yourself. skin to skin, right? That can help calm you down. Find what works for you in that moment. Breathing. I know it sounds cliche, but breathing really does help. It helps to calm you. So think about some ways that you can do that. What works for you and from that perspective, okay?
Do you know what the term is? I thought it's to work with your vagus nerve, but it's like the tapping.
Oh, I've done the tapping, yeah.
Yeah,
There's an app for that.
tapping is wonderful, but
Yeah.
there's some kind of term that they use about what the tapping and the arm rubbing is.
I'm not sure. Yeah. But what I will say is sometimes it can be as simple, y'all, as just walking away for a few minutes and taking some deep breaths or getting some sun on your face, right? Drinking some water. It can be that simple. A laugh. Just getting on TikTok for a second and laughing about something. It can be real simple. I just want y'all to be more mindful of it, okay? Be more mindful. I want you to start thinking about energy sources. What gives you energy? Anyone that says their kids give them energy, I'm gonna be looking at them side-eye. What y'all talking about? They go under energy drain most of the time. Yes, I said it. All right, so just think about what gives you energy. For me, when I go sit and write, even if I'm just journaling, I feel energized. For some, it's prayer. For some, it's just taking a brisk walk, right? Whatever it is, just start to pay attention. I just want y'all to start paying more attention and be more intentional about you. And think about those relationships that drain you. Okay? And start setting those boundaries, because this is the thing. You're setting the boundary for you, and either they love you enough to stay and accept it, or they walk away. And sometimes it hurts when they walk away, but you chose you, and you can feel good about that. It's not selfish, y'all. I spent a long time thinking it was selfish just to do simplest things like go buy myself some underwear. Like, will I take myself out to eat, to the movies? No way. Baby, I will do it now, and I wish you would have something to say about it, right? But you have to get to that point where you value yourself enough to make those types of decisions. Okay? And then so, what are we doing? We're protecting our sources. Once we figure out what gives us energy, protect that. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Come on, y'all. You can give yourself 5 or 10 minutes a couple times a day just to protect your energy. Set boundaries of what drains you. Understand your energy levels so you know when is your peak time to do the most important things and when everything else can fall in there. And then just think about just doing it in small increments, y'all. 1 shift is enough. 1 shift is enough, y'all. 1 a day, 1 a week, whatever works for you, just try it, okay? Now, I did give you all some exercises. I gave you a script on how to set a boundary, just to help a little bit. So just work with it, okay? Just be intentional, y'all. Be intentional, that's all I'm saying. We're wanting to apply healthy boundaries, and I did give you all the strategic no framework. It's in one of the audios in that folder I gave you all. And then, of course, I gave you boundary script. That's also in the folder as well, under resources. And then you want to just take some time. For me, it's Sunday. Of course, I go to service, but I always take longer time in the morning. As much as the anal part of me wants to be at 9 o'clock service, I allow myself to go to 11 because I know I need that time to just sit before I start a week and I'm ending a week. But you gotta know yourself. Just give yourself the grace to figure out what that is for you, right? Some people, it might be Saturday mornings running errands, which to me is more stressful, but I guess it works. Especially if you have to drive, because that's another stress inducer. And then, like we talked about, authenticity. Authenticity is a big help because you're no longer showing up as someone you're not. You're showing up as yourself, and you're learning how to do that. It takes time, y'all. When you've been what everybody else wants you to be, it takes a little bit of time to unravel that. But give yourself grace, okay? But just be intentional about it. Because who you are underneath what everyone else has told you you are is probably way more amazing than who you're showing up as. And in the long run, they'll be more appreciative. All right, so everyone was able to access the kit. Did you try? You scan the QR code and get to the kit. We're not gonna do the breathing again, we already did that. We talked about this earlier. Sisterhood, community makes a huge difference when you have the right people. The girlfriend I told you about, we have this habit where we'll ask each other if we have the bandwidth. Instead of toxic friendships of the past where you just dump all your mess on them. You don't even ask them if they have the capacity to handle it. You just dump it all on them, or vice versa. Now you cringing and you don't even want to answer their phone call because you're like, dog, they about to mess with my energy. So we ask each other first, hey, I got something going on. Can we talk? Can you handle it? I can send you a voice note. You can listen to it whenever you get to it. Just being mindful of that. You're protecting your energy and you're protecting theirs as well, because people are paying attention. If they see you, listen, your friend might see you set a boundary and start to see you thriving and decide they need to do something different. You never know. Okay. So that's also the QR code there. Very same thing. Y'all can see I got my sneakers on. I told you. I also offer one-to-one coaching, and I'm going to be doing group coaching, transformation circles, again, starting in January, February. If you're interested, just find me online. I also do workplace programs specific to leaders and teams, because obviously that affects culture. When everybody is burnt out and stressed out, it's not a very nice place to work. But I focus on service-based industries. And I think that's it, y'all. Thank you. Any comments, questions, concerns?
It's very different than other sessions, yeah. It's something to think about.
Oh, good, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not